Good morning. Welcome to anybody new. This is the first time you're watching one of these videos. Hello to everybody else who watches these all the time and is probably sick of this face just yabbering at you every morning. But another good message this morning. Decisions, right? We all have them. And you probably, if you're here, given your circumstances, you probably don't feel like you have a lot of decisions to make, but you do. Actually, we all do, right? I chose to wear this shirt and tie combination today that I'm not exactly happy with, but hey, it's my decision. I'll live with it today, and I'll get by, right? I decided this morning I was not feeling it. I was hurting, sore, all that, man, just not into it and tired and blah, blah, blah. But I got in the car and I turned on Lil Durk's new album and I bumped that all the way here and decided I'm going to get my happy little butt in here and just be what I can be for you all. So I'm still listening to that in the office, by the way. So when you get a chance, man, you got to check that out. It's a good album. So is the new Taylor Swift album, by the way. Anyway, decisions. And I talked to you guys before about being a cycle breaker, right? That's a decision. That's an ongoing decision. And I want to tell you a little bit about my decisions in my life. And some of you know my story, again, and I say this a lot, and some of you don't. And if you're curious, just ask me, and I'll help you understand that. But my decision was, I made the ultimate decision at 12 years old to run away from my home and be homeless, essentially, because it was better than being where I was at. I was being abused and I was being neglected, and I was around. My dad was really, really heavy into drugs and alcohol, and so was my stepmom, and there were people coming to our house to buy and sell drugs and collect money and come and choose violence if they didn't get their money or drugs. And so my house was a war zone, and it wasn't healthy for me, and I didn't want that life, and I didn't want to repeat the cycle of my father. I didn't want to be him, and I didn't want to live that life. I also didn't want my future kids to have that life. So what did I do? I made a decision. It was a drastic decision, and I am not condoning that you do the same. I didn't know that there was help available. I didn't know that there were people out there willing to listen. I didn't know anything about, all the services and places that I could go. I had no idea I could tell teachers and people in my life, coaches and all that. I didn't know you could tell people that stuff because I didn't know I could be helped. So I just took it on me, and I just stayed to myself for 6 years, and I was homeless for 6 years, and that was my decision. And I didn't tell my mom, who lived only a couple hours away, because my decision was to protect her. My dad was a bad dude, and I made that decision to never ever tell her because of what my dad told me, that if I ever ran away and went to her, that he was going to kill her and kill me and then kill himself. And so I had a decision to make, and out of survival I made that decision to just go at it alone. You all might be facing similar circumstances or something similar to that, or something that feels similar to that, and you have decisions. You have small decisions. Those are big decisions we talked about. On a day-to-day basis, you have small decisions. I want to talk a little bit about yesterday, and I want to talk a little bit about, I know that some of you had court hearings yesterday, and I know some of you had court hearings that didn't go exactly the way you wanted them to, and that happens a lot, right? That's the way the system goes sometimes, is it doesn't give us what we want, unfortunately, but it makes us accountable to the decisions we made that landed us in the court's attention in the first place. So yesterday, those of you that did have court hearings, you had a decision to make based on the information that you heard. And the information that you heard either was stuff that you wanted to or didn't want to hear, right? It wasn't exactly what you thought you were going to hear, and maybe it got you down or upset or depressed or nervous or all of those things. And your decision was, what do I do now? Do I go back to the unit and freak out and cuss everybody out and lose points and fail my day? Or do I work through my feelings, talk with somebody, and try to understand the disappointment that I'm feeling and the anger and the frustration and all the things, and then move on from there, grow from it, become better and become a new person and break that cycle, that same cycle of anger and lashing out at people and misbehaving and all the things, saying some stuff without thinking and all that, right? Or physical violence, all the things that you used to do. You guys didn't do that yesterday, and although you may have had some choice words, I think that's okay. I mean, that happens, right? We're human beings. So, I talk about big decisions a lot, but you have small decisions every single day. You have a decision every single day when staff tells you, hey, this is what we're doing. How am I going to react to that? Am I going to be resistant and angry at that and tell them no? And then, my decision is going to render some consequences. Obviously, that's what life is, right? It's a series of decisions and then whatever comes as a result. That's okay. But you guys are choosing good decisions lately and making good decisions based on some things that you've been experiencing. I saw, like I said yesterday, some instances this weekend where we had some people to get really upset and they had decisions in those moments to really go fly off the handle or to just kind of grunt and kind of eat those feelings and just move on. Try to spin that attitude around. And I saw it, man. I saw you guys do it. And so, are we going to succeed every time? Probably not, right? Sometimes we're going to make bad decisions. That's what life is also about, is sometimes we make a bad decision. I make a ton of them every single day. All I can do is keep trying my best and making the best decisions that I can, given the knowledge that I have, right? So decisions, but the decision that I beg of you guys to make consciously every day is to be a cycle breaker. That's my word, you guys, and you know it, and that's what I want you all to be. Do not repeat the mistakes of your old self or the generations before you that put you in a position where you have no choice to get out. There's always a way to get out, and you have that decision to make. There's resources out there. There's people all around you. Look around you in the room right now. There's adults there that could help you talk through or work through certain things. We got counselors and therapists that are available to us all over wherever we go in this world. Teachers, people that are healthy resources for you. You might have friends and family who are good influences. Make those decisions to use those resources, those positive influences, and break that cycle. You're going to do it. You're doing it right now, and I'm proud of you every single time that you do it. All of you, every single one of you. I love it. You guys inspire me every day. Thank you for being cycle breakers, and thank you for making good decisions. Have a good day.